It's the bald and the beautiful. Everything from Nashville to Hollywood on My Country 96.1.
Cande, we start with Keith Urban, who has added to his Vegas residency some more dates in the spring, if you're so inclined.
Oh, okay. Nice.
He'll be at the Coliseum, of course, there at Caesars.
I wonder if his wife and children will be there with him.
They might make the trek for, a show or two or a weekend. Who knows, right?
Who knows?
Yeah. And Dolly Parton is teaming with Duncan Hines. You're going to see this in stores. Something called Dolly's Southern Favorites. It's going to be baking mixes and inspired and tasting like stuff that Dolly likes to create. How about that?
I love it. I love to know what she's up to at all times.
You can bake just like Dolly. That's right. David Ortiz, Big Papi, the Boston Red Sox that was, hitting home runs against the Yankees for all those years. He was the one and only person voted into the Baseball Hall of Fame yesterday. Cande?
Does that make sense? Is it usually just one? What's going on?
Well, yeah, my father and I were discussing this. So the guys who did not get in, who got a lot of votes, were the steroid era guys like Bonds and Clemens and... So it's kind of, now they're at the point of voting for these steroid guys. Now, what's interesting is Clemens and Bonds can no longer be on the ballot after this year. So the only way for them to get in the future would be for the Veterans Committee to vote them in. David Ortiz did have a positive test once for steroids, but what's interesting is, and even my father and I said this to each other, as Yankee fans, we loved David Ortiz. Even if you were a Yankee fan, seemed like such a nice guy, a good guy.
Always. Yes.
Does stuff for the community. Yeah. So congratulations to David Ortiz, one of the great hitters in the history of the game. Also, Sean Payton, the coach of the Saints after 16 years, steps down, taking a break, Cande.
All right.
Yep. The Saints retain his rights. If he chooses to come back and go to another team, the Saints can be compensated for it.
Gotcha.
So, and one more sports thing for you. Nick Kyrgios was in a doubles match at the Australian Open, and he hit a shot really hard into the crowd, and it hit a 9-year-old boy in the stomach.
Oh.
So, he was obviously Nick was upset. He saw the kid crying. So he ran over to his bag. He got a brand new racket for the kid, and he ran to the stands and handed him a brand new Nick Kyrgios tennis racket. Isn't that nice?
I love it. I love it. I hope the kid's okay.
Great video. You can go see it. Jason Bateman, in an interview, talked about why he wasn't visible in the 90s. He seemed to go from the Hogan Family in the 80s, skip the 90s, and then he had a resurgence with Arrested Development and all those comedy movies, those office comedies he was in and stuff. And now with Ozark, he says, well, I used the 90s to live out my youth. I partied a little bit and missed my window, and luckily I was able to come back. So...
Yes, which is good because he was a child star as well as Little House on the Prairie. He had continuing role on that show.
Absolutely. Georgia Fox joins William Peterson in not returning to CSI Vegas Season 2, Cande.
What are they going to do if everybody doesn't return?
I don't know. Get other people, I suppose. Elton John postponed some shows due to COVID. We wish him a speedy recovery, Cande.
Absolutely. He has COVID?
Yes, he came down with COVID.
Yes. Oh, please.
We told you about Adele postponing her Vegas residency.
Yes.
At first, it was said to be COVID.
Then there wasn't enough time to get everything together.
Right. Then it was set design. They had a fight over set design. Now we're finding out that it's a relationship breakup, allegedly.
With Adele?
Yeah, and she can't deal with it. Her and her boyfriend are fighting or breaking up, and she just lost it, and she doesn't want to perform. So we'll see.
All right.
This is for you, the Grateful Dead, Cande. Whenever I think of the Grateful Dead, I don't know why, I think of Cande in the 60s.
I was a child. What is wrong with you?
Well, even better. Grateful Dead teaming with the Care Bears. They have coolers, like little mini igloo coolers you can put some drinks in, and the Care Bear design is on the cooler, Cande.
Very, very cool.
As we know, the Bears, the Dancing Bears, were the Grateful Dead logo.
Yes.
And finally, great AT&T commercial. You got to go check it out. I saw it this morning. Demi Moore and Mila Kunis star together in this new AT&T commercial. Obviously, one is the ex of Ashton Kutcher, and one is the new beau of Ashton Kutcher, right? So,
wow.
Yeah, they are together. A great commercial.
Must have offered them a hefty paycheck.
Yeah, well, supposedly they get along okay.
Why shouldn't they? You know?
Yeah. TV tonight, CBS with Let's Make a Deal, and the Peacock Network with a docuseries called American Rock Stars. It follows the USA gold medal curling team on their title defense into China, Cande. So, yeah, there you go. A nice docuseries on Peacock if you're into curling. That's tonight.
I've always found it fascinating.
It is a fascinating sport. There you have it. You're bald and the beautiful. Everything from Nashville to Hollywood. We have cold weather. Dry but cold, 26. Tomorrow, dry, cold, 30. Friday night into Saturday, we are looking at a storm, Cande.
Well, and this is a big problem because, Evan was flying to Oklahoma Friday to get his dog.
Well, Friday morning's okay.
Well, he was coming back Saturday, and now I don't know what's going to happen. He might put it maybe go tomorrow. I don't know. I'll keep you up to date about that, but that's definitely impacting my son picking up his puppy.
All right, let us know. My Country 96.1.
Phathead and Cande in the morning, weekdays 6 to 10 a.m. on My Country 96.1.